you believe? I wanted to touch base a little on like physical feelings and emotions during investigations or at locations. For those of you that are more sensitive, as I found out that I am. At one point, the first time I ever figured out that I was sensitive or whatever you would call it in this field was I live in a very small town, and with that being said, in a small town, everybody knows everybody's business, and I was managing a convenience store in my town, so everybody learned that I was a ghost hunter or anything like that, so everybody got excited, would bring me stories like all the time, bring me locations to visit, and at one point, these gentlemen that used to stay in my store all the time, wanted me to go down to a location, and they didn't really give me many details. They wanted to see if the equipment picked up anything before they would tell me the complete story. So we decided to go to this place, which was a campsite, and we didn't know which campsite even. They just told us to go down this road, so we went down this road, and we got to one of the campsites on the left, and that's when I had this overwhelming feeling come over me, and I kind of started freaking out, and I started crying, and all of a sudden, I just said out loud, which I had no idea where it came from. I was just like, oh my God, he was hung, which this really creeped me out, and I had no idea what was happening, but it turned out when we got back, we told everybody what had happened, and that was officially what had happened there, was a man had kind of went crazy and lost his mind, and he ended up hanging himself at that campsite there. So this was a very interesting find for me, because I'd had, you get scared or something like that during an investigation, but I'd never had something actually that had happened come through, I knew without knowing, you know what I mean? So that was one of the bigger experiences with that. And secondly, the most bizarre experience I've had, the most intense experience, was when I was in Indiana with the cast and crew of the TV show that I'm working with called Southern Soul Searchers. We had decided to investigate this bar. That's where we were investigating the day, called the Slippery Noodle. Shout out to Marty if he's watching, the owner. But we went upstairs, and we'd gotten several things, which I'm going to make a whole separate video on this, I'm hoping, later on. That's why I'm just kind of touching the main points, because this is mainly about the physical aspect of what happens to me when I investigate. But we went upstairs, and we went into this bedroom, and I'd been fine the whole investigation. And in this bedroom, we was going in, and I started getting a little panicky, and that's when I actually felt that I couldn't breathe anymore. It was like I was being choked or strangled, and after having this crazy reaction, it lasted forever, and I basically thought I was going to die, but that's when we went to find out that one of the prostitutes that died at this location had actually been strangled to death. So I just thought that was a really interesting find after what I experienced, because I had no idea of it beforehand, and it was like I was experiencing something she did in that very room. I just wanted to ask you guys if any of you feel that you are sensitive to the paranormal, more than others. Not like you get scared or anything, but you actually have feelings of things that's happened there, or something similar to what I've experienced. So let me know, and I hope to touch base more on some of these topics later on, but I just wanted to do a quick video about the physical aspects of some things that I've experienced, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday.